are watching
All
at
right,
home
prediction
and
is
you know
up, gamers.
anybody
Round
that
number
is a
8,
Mimighoul
Dalton versus
enthusiast, shoot them a
Aditya.
text, send them a
Draco
message.
Tail
You know what? Give them a call.
versus Solfachord Mimighoul.
To wake up for this, because this
7 and
is
0.
a big
What
one.
is going on?
Mimighouls are in. It doesn't necessarily.
Maybe it's a really small
increase consistency,
package.
but it gives you more variety of what you're
Okay,
able
but
to
like,
do
would
and how
that
you're
make
able to
it
shut down your
less
opponent, which is
interesting?
very,
Because
very
that would
exciting.
mean that the
And then we
majority
added
of the
new
package
Solfachord
is
cards as well.
Solfachord.
There's kind of this level 1 toolbox,
Which
that we
I've
have
seen
here.
Solfachord
We've run
as
a
like
level 4
an
toolbox
engine
the
in
past. I was always
Yummy,
ranked for it,
or
but now
as
we
a
have the level 1 as
side
well.
engine in K9
before
decks.
with, like, Lyra Lusk,
But
yeah,
on
sure,
its
it's a little
own?
bit Mimighoul, but I think what's
With
so
a Mimighoul
fascinating with
package?
what
Like, which of the
Mimighoul does
archetypes
that
is
no
carrying
other
which?
variant of Yummy does.
So it is a Yummy Solfachord list that's playing some Mimighouls as well.
And being so close this past year. 2 times
Okay.
in Worlds.
Back to back, too. Like,
Back
that's the
to
really
back.
crazy part about
Well,
it.
speaking of back-to-back, I want to say that Aditya is specifically coming off a regional win, first place last weekend. So
Oh,
his
wow.
warm-up was to do what many duels dream of, win a regional championship. Now he's just here to, maybe win a YCS. We'll see.
So let's see if Dalton is up to the task, because legend across the table, game number 1 underway for our round 8 feature match.
Yep, so we got Dalton piloting, of course, the Solfachord,
Yep,
Mimighoul, Yummy, and Aditya on the right piloting Draco Tail.
It's a 4.
A 4 is not very high.
High odds of rolling higher.
That is a 6, so Aditya is going to go first.
Good luck.
TT goes first, Dalton goes second. Now, one of the best parts about watching matches like this is I
Trophies?
pay close attention to
Stand
Aditya's
by me.
face
You're good.
once he sees the first Mimighoul card. Because I'm imagining
Normal
we'll see a
summon
level of shock here. But
Normal's
he
good.
will get to go
That's exactly
first, and Draco Tail, very solid going first.
Yes, and the normal summon Mululu here is one of the best normal summons for this deck because it helps you kind of insulate your plays even against things like infinite impermanence because
Oh,
you can
you're
always just
left-handed.
save your effective fusion
okay,
for your
Ash.
opponent's turn, which is really nice to see.
Ah, the Ash
Oh,
and
it
the
is.
Imperm.
You
Okay.
just had to change here to the Mululu effect.
Okay.
Not do that.
Okay.
So we have the Ash for the Molcharmy, Infinite Impermanence
main.
for the Malulu,
And face.
and Aditya goes
Pass.
end phase.
Okay, well,
Now,
Malulu is
this
a quick
the other
effect,
one
so we
here,
can
because
still do
Malulu
it
still quick
again.
steps during the opponent's turn, like I mentioned.
True.
But that is not what
Dalton
Aditya was
stops
hoping
you.
for, I think.
Activate Mimighoul Maker.
Ooh, and there it
here we
is!
go.
Unchanged.
Look at his face.
Unchanged.
Oh, wow.
Aditya.
Aditya's cold.
Blue
Maybe
steel.
this is a new
So
arc for
Mimighoul
Aditya.
Maker
There's certainly many comments
So,
were
yeah,
made
it
about
Is going to
removing
show
three
2
cards
flip
from the
monsters, I
deck.
believe. You get one and one for the
Yeah.
opponent.
You'll randomly pick
That
one.
is, oh, okay,
Judge, how
Dalton
do we
is
properly
explaining.
resolve, like, randomly picking for this?
I roll a die.
Okay.
And they're just
Okay.
confirming
I'll
with the judges. I
reveal
love that, asking the
Dragon.
judges, confirming, hey, what's the correct way to do this? So what Maker allows you to do, reveal
And
2 flip
Archfiend.
effect monsters. It can be any, but
You
usually
can just
just
fuse the
rules.
thing away.
One of them goes to the
It
opponent's
depends
field
on what
face
its
down at
type
random,
is.
The other goes to your hand. And then at resolution,
Right?
you can special summon a Mimighoul monster from your hand. So Aditya's rolling to see. Looks like he's going to get the Mimighoul
so
Dragon.
you'll get
That
the Dragon
is
against Archfiend.
ideal because
Dragon,
once
on
Archfiend
flip blows
is
up my board,
summoned,
right?
it allows you to flip a
Yeah, as a
monster on the opponent's
mandatory
field
effects.
face up,
Only
and
during
all the
the main
Mimighouls,
phase.
once they're
Every
flipped
Maker?
up, will then go
Yeah, go
back
ahead.
to the opponent's field. So
I know
essentially,
this is
Mimighoul
okay.
Maker just turned into a no normal summon, 2 level
Not with
1
Malulu.
monsters on
Yeah,
Dalton's
not with
field.
Malulu, because Malulu has to summon a
It comes down to
Draco Tail
50-50.
fusion monster,
You
and the
can
Draco
still
Tail
get
fusion
to 2
monsters
level 1
say
monsters, even
Draco
if
Tail
you give your
monster
opponent
plus
the
stuff
Archfiend.
from the
You
hand.
get the
Added
Dragon.
and special
So you
Some
can't
Mimighoul
fuse a
players
monster
even like
off
that
of the
more
field.
because then the Archfiend
would you like to
can
cut
be
my deck?
flipped on your opponent's turn, but still, this is a very
trigger.
efficient way to get a
Effective
lot of
Archfiend,
bodies on the
target
field.
face down monster.
Yeah, because you also like use Dragon, get Dungeon, Dungeon Search Fairy. That gives you 2 monsters that
Exactly,
way
yep.
anyway.
Well, this puts Aditya in a very difficult position because if he tries to chain the effect of Malulu trying to fuse, you're still going to have the Mimighoul Dragon flipped up anyway. Its flip effect will activate and destroy all the monsters on the field.
Yes.
And if you don't fuse, well, then you're going to lose the Malulu and not get a chance to fight back. So this is very
Can
interesting.
Malulu
And interestingly
negate your
enough,
own
they're actually in the
cards?
same chain, so it looks like Aditya did choose to use Malulu effect.
So when you fuse away this Malulu,
Oh, we're using Malulu on field with 2 in hand.
That's interesting, though, because
No, okay.
remember, based on the Natural Update from
resolve the Archfiend, flip that
2020,
face
once
up.
the monster
That is
is
a mandatory activation
destroyed...
chain link 1 Mimighoul Dragon.
Oh, no,
chain
okay,
link
because it's
one,
not
do you
having
have
the middle of
any
the chain,
triggers?
so it's fine. It's a new chain link, never mind.
That is a good point, actually.
I was a
Yes,
little
I
worried,
got
but
ahead
no,
of
he
myself
got it,
also.
yeah.
Arthalion.
it
So
only
forget
negates
everything I
face
said,
up.
just
Well,
like
the
that for
dragon is
correct.
face up
Chain
right
link
now.
resolves,
That's why I was
monster
asking.
Flipped, new chain link, the dragon will try and destroy, but Arthalion will still get to add 2.
So we're adding Ash Blossom
Well,
back
there's also going to be the Dragon effects in
hand.
the graveyard too that go on the chain too. So Malulu could, in theory, target the dragon and negate its effects.
Targeting
Oh, is
Ash
it
Blossom
anywhere on the
Malulu.
field?
I believe Malulu can target any card.
So we got a little ahead of ourselves, just
chain
excited
link
about
4
Mimighouls. It's still a great deck, obviously, but Aditya's a great duelist, so ordering his chain links here, I think he's going to be able to dodge all this.
I'm going to tell you right now, it will not be my last time getting too excited about Mimighoul.
no, I wouldn't have it any other way. So we're going to go ahead and get our 2 sets.
Couldn't he
here.
threaten
Now, we don't know
adding
what he's
Fuva
targeting
back?
because Malulu does
Well,
not have
adding
target.
Fuva back would
gonna
only
pop the
work
Archfiend with the hand, right?
if you don't set anything, which is not something you
This
want to
does deny
do,
some
right?
bodies that maybe Dalton wanted to maybe start link climbing.
I'll set Rahu on negate the dragon.
Yep,
There we
and the
go.
dragon will be negate, which means DJ gets to keep this
Okay,
monster.
is this legal or
It
not?
is very efficient use of Malulu right there. Dalton's making sure
No, it's
because
a
he's
face-up
also like,
monster I control.
Oh, is it a face-up monster?
It is a
Oh!
Yep, does not work.
Wait a
Does
minute,
not work
Red
like that.
everyone pull
I
up
guess I
Neuron.
still can't read.
Unfortunately.
My
Unfortunately.
So blows
I
up.
just can't
Yeah.
read. My bad.
No,
Those
no,
are the
no.
words
So
out of
this
Addiction's
doesn't
mouth.
kill Mimighouls.
Oh.
Yeah,
so
so
it's
Dragon
almost
will
back
destroy
to-
every
yeah,
non-Mimical
this one,
card
yeah.
and go
That goes
over
back
to
to you. I still
Dalton,
can't
and then
see
of
that,
course the effect. I
Yeah,
don't
correct,
believe
yeah,
he'll be able
the
to search for a
Alcalans
spell
was-
card here.
Sorry about that.
Because it's not being normal special summon. It's
No,
being-
no, it's just
I
I know the
moving
two
position,
sets.
or moving to
Ketsu
your
and
opponent's
Pan and Urgula can pop your own stuff.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
both
we
Urgula
could have
making
popped
sure
the
that everyone's
dragon. So
aware
now we
of
just gave the
all the
opponent a level
information.
1 monster
I was so
for
confident. I
no
was like, he's so
reason
confident
because
about
we
this play.
thought we
Obviously
could
it's gonna
negate it
work
with
out.
Malulu. In reality, we should have popped it with Pan.
You still have to play your cards right.
Can I
even
get
if
excited
you're
about
full
Mimighoul's again? Am
You
I
can
allowed?
get excited about
Okay,
Mimighoul's.
cool.
Yes.
All the Mimighoul's you want.
Oh, please.
Because now we have a level 1 monster, which is where the yummy side of the deck starts to come in. This Mimighoul dragon can turn into a.
Oh no, we
variety of
popped
different
Archfiend,
Mimighoul
right? So
options.
it's one monster
Depending on what else is in the
regardless.
hand.
Okay,
Remember, we
right.
have not normal summoned, and we're going into the Linkaribo.
Yeah, but I think I saw a Cupsy Yummy in Dalton's hand, which means we're going to go
special
for the
Cupsy
cats.
There we go.
As
So
we love to see.
Linkaribo is
Okay,
a
Linkaribo
Link
and then
1 monster,
special
which means that you can, of
Cupsy.
course, special summon
The
a
2 sets are Draco Tail spells,
and it's a very
It
good one.
depends on the
Summon
hand
from
here for
remember, still no
Aditya.
normal summon.
but
Yep,
this
we did
could
add
be
back Ash
game.
Blossom as a teacher here. Worth noting.
Oh, good to point out, yeah. But
That's fine.
that was used on the last turn on the Mulcharmy.
So we're gonna let that
Exactly,
go
so-
through.
We know there is an Ash Blossom back in hand for Aditya. At the very minimum, we know there's an Ash Blossom
Fascinating
back in the
matchup,
hand.
too, because there's so many
So I
different
honestly
ways to
think
get into
the
yummy
right
engine.
play
If
here
you're
could
full
be to
deck
search a
level 1,
monster.
you could easily make Linkaribo.
Because otherwise,
This
if
is
you
weird
get
because I've never seen this
if
play
you
out,
get
right?
ashed
The
on
fact that
Cupsy
Aditya
Yummy
may be
way,
having this, like, sort of first experience
it might
against
be
Mimighoul,
rough.
Yummy Solfachord. Yummy Solfachord is a deck. Many people know of it, but adding the Mimighoul element just gives a little bit more disruption and
okay, we search
control, so
surprise.
it's
We're
weird. I
not
have
going
no
for a
idea what's gonna win this.
monster.
But I will say at this point, I don't expect to see more Mimighoul cards. Maybe you have like a normal summon dragon. I haven't seen what else is in Dalton's hand. But at this point, you're going to try and do as much as you can with Yummies, and then we'll see what else Dalton has available in the hand. But Aditya holding that Ash Blossom means that it's going to be an interesting decision for Dalton now.
Effective Cupsy Yummy way to search 2, discard 1.
Not today.
There we go.
I
Yep.
think.
So Ash Blossom and Joy Spring going to shut that down, dead cold.
Debating here if we want to
That resolves.
It resolves. Okay.
use the effect of the way to bring out the 2 bodies, but we don't. We decide just to keep letting it rock.
May want to save it for next turn so you can reuse the effect of Cupsy Yummy, get a little bit more advantage. But right now we're going to send that to the graveyard. Yep, for Yummy Snatchy.
So now that Yummy Snatchy has
I
activated,
feel like having a monster in hand would be better
we cannot
than
summon
Surprise right now.
monsters anymore, which does affect
Because
some
then
of
we
the
would have
support
2 level
cards.
1s in rotation that we could bring back with Lollipo and stuff like that.
So it just seems like he's going to go pure Yummy like you were mentioning earlier.
And there's nothing wrong. Like, this doesn't make this not a powerful move by
Oh.
any stretch.
there's a reason why Yummy is really good.
Exactly. And that's part of why I think the Mimighouls are a fun part to add to the Yummy Solfachords, is because they give you the bodies necessary to, help climb up towards that Link 3 Solfachord, Grand Solfachord.
Can Giant only be made with Mimighouls or any level 1 monster?
Any level 1 monsters.
Ooh, so we can still
Mimighoul
get
Throne needs only Mimighouls, but
Yeah.
Giant that
Oh,
searches
we'll
for
go
any
for
Mimighoul card
So-
afterwards can be
Result.
any level 1s.
So yeah,
Because
they-
now here's the
Surprise
thing,
here,
right?
maybe
We're
bring
using
back the,
Surprise
Cupsy, we can
for
maybe
one
get
body
into
here, and we're not getting it
Mimighoul
back
dungeons.
anyways.
Potentially. I don't see that
Much
much
value
value
in that?
it
No.
for right now, but we'll see. I mean, it comes down to Dalton's decision making. It looks like we're going to make a either Synchro 2 or a Link 2. And no surprise, it's
Summon
the
Lollipo?
Synchro 2,
Yep.
Lollipo.
We're going to
anyway.
go
Just
Chain
an
Link 1
incredible line
Lollipo.
of plays, though. What's
It's a
so
non-target special
interesting
2
about
for
this
grave.
deck is that
Result.
we've
Chain
seen
Link
pile decks where it's
2,
sort of choose your own
Acro
adventure. Whatever
Key,
cards you get, that's what you'll play.
targeting
But this has multiple combo lines that you can just
Rahu.
adapt to whatever happens.
Yeah,
so.
and they can bridge into each other. Like, Mimighoul can turn into Yummy, Yummy can turn into
Pop the
Mimighoul,
Rahu.
which is really cool. Solfachord can turn into either.
That's right.
Very, very exciting. Just 3 different engines seamlessly blending into each
Anything
other,
here?
and it's just a very
But we're not gonna go.
consistent
We're not
list
gonna be able to go
of
for game here.
So now we have a more standard
I
Yummy
believe I've
field
heard
that we've seen often in competitive tournaments.
Yep, double
Looks
Cupsy
like Dalton has
combo
Ash.
anyway
Yeah,
is pretty
Dalton has
solid.
double
You
Ash.
never know there's Mimighoul cards in that graveyard.
I'm
And by
pretty
the way,
sure.
For the viewers
Oh,
at
I
home,
know.
wondering what's going on
There
with the
you
field,
Yeah, 'cause I
you
went-
can
I went
always
right to
ask
the
for
Link
left-hand
Revo and then
accommodation.
special.
Dalton's
I don't think we
left-handed,
can
so that's
go
why you
with
see his
that.
field
Yeah.
spell at the bottom of the screen instead of the top.
Same thing with Clifton earlier we saw.
So now, again, we have 3 bodies on field.
Not gonna lie, the decks at this YCS aren't that interesting. Usually day 1 decks are pretty unique. Bro, that's a Solfachord Mimighoul deck.
The surprise is in his hand, so we know that one.
He used the surprise to bring back the Cups Yummy back to.
Or are you just rage baiting?
So we do not currently have
Good
that.
catch.
But we are going to make the SP Little Knight here.
Can I see what's in your graveyard?
This could be good though to deny some extra resources here. Maybe the Arthalion could be a good target, so that way it doesn't summon itself back.
I'll target the Ketsu.
But we're going to get rid of the known
burn out the
Ketsu.
resources, yeah.
It gets banished.
It gets banished.
No
So
worries.
if they can't fuse, he's not worried about the Arthalion in the graveyard, so heads up play by getting rid of both those Draco Tail spell cards.
Yeah.
And
Cannot attack directly anymore, though, so DTO will not take any damage here.
I'll
but
But 1600 is not that big of a deal when
yeah.
you really get rid of your opponent's follow-up plays.
Kedu is way more valuable. But oh, before we end the main phase, we're going to use Nib. In the face of an SP
Well,
Little Knight,
chain
so
SP.
that's
Target
Yeah.
yourself and Lollipop.
So we can actually still dodge.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it forces out some interaction from Dalton's side.
No
I'll
tributes,
still
so no end
attempt
if you
to
do.
go to the end phase.
I'm curious, though, because now we don't have that monster in hand. A lot of time. No,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, it
Yes,
never resolves.
it never resolves.
So we still
It may have been really good to just let that nib resolve.
Went to the graveyard.
Because you get a token, and then your Okroki triggers, summon
clog up some of the main
summon
monsters.
Marshmallow
He's
from
sometimes
deck,
gonna
Marshmallow
come up
add
and
back
whoa,
surprise.
A card and the Ash Blossom from Dalton.
Yes, and I believe
Like,
now
that
the only
nib
known
was
cards in DTN
probably
are a copy
not
of
even
Nibiru and
good.
A copy of Ash Blossom. That is not enough to beat this board.
Oh.
Yep. Draw.
Wow, what a slow-paced duel for two very fast-paced decks.
We just top decked him.
Anything in draw phase?
Anything really-
Yeah, Yummy has this one.
Main phase.
Ooh, what does he got?
So Ash Blossom, Nibiru, Dalton has to respect both of those, but DTO will then be on the draw.
Solfachord Mimighoul Yummy. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The Yummy, the Mimighoul spell did a lot
Yep,
in
now
this
we're gonna
game.
place potentially the minion field spell, and then all we gotta
That
do
was
is get
crazy.
5
That
summons,
summoned 2 bodies
summon
and
3,
cleared the board.
Yummy monsters, and that'll be more than enough damage, I think, to go for game.
Yeah, I think
Right
we
now
had
we're
the-
at 1.
Is Mimighoul Maker just insane?
Yeah, we had the Okroki on the field before.
Ah.
Targeting Cupsy.
Sure.
Yes, is that was how we were able to
Bring back the
interact
Lollipop
with
and
the
the
field,
Search.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Only 2 summons now.
Right now, everything's
Always
going
has been, yeah.
1,000.
Kind of.
Just the
Oh,
light
search
beast, I should
Lollipop.
say.
Stephen Darling over here with his fingers up, counting the summons to make sure we don't lose track, because that Nibiru is known information. Dalton
It is a
knows that it's
little
in the hand.
gamba,
Again,
right? It's a little gamba, but
that could have been held information.
the
and
potential in that card is kind of
so
crazy.
Curious as to the
What is
reason
the
that DTO
flip
but
effect of the other one, like the Mimighoul Archfiend? What if it was the other way around? The other way around, I'm pretty sure was also fine, right? Because Mimighoul, isn't Mimighoul Dragon the one that searches on summon? Like, I'm pretty sure you're fine if you get that one too.
It'll shuffle it back.
So that's one less thing to worry about. We may actually be able to get this done if you were
effective
cheering for
Acro King's
Dalton.
Rave,
I know some
target-
Mimighoul
Right?
fans
So,
might
like,
be.
that's
This is,
fine as
kind of
well.
wonderful to see. Although it has kind of changed and morphed into a Yummy deck at this point.
Target.
Yes. Well, I am an unbiased
Target.
caster.
Sure.
I am a Mimighoul enthusiast, but
On the bottom.
either one of these decks, Draco Tail, fantastic deck in its own right.
I guess
and
the
has done a
problem,
lot
quote
work
unquote,
in
of
this
that
event so
version is
far. A
that,
lot
like,
of Draco
drawing the
Tail
actual
builds out there.
Mimighoul
More of a pure
monsters,
Draco Tail build from a deep
some
depth
of
as
them
opposed to
might not
the
be
Draco
that great,
brand that
right?
we've seen,
Like, I'm
since
sure
the original
Dragon is okay
popularity.
because you can just summon it and search,
think
but like
the way that
some
you
of the
should be
other
going
one-ofs
for in
might not
terms
be
of how he's
ideal.
been playing this duel so far is just very straightforward. I know this works. Nothing glitzy. I want to just have a nice, consistent tournament, and it's paid off so
This is
far.
gonna
He's at the
be,
top table.
15 directly.
And real quick here,
This
looks like
will
we're
be-
just battle phase.
Mm-hmm.
So how many summons
This
were we
game-
at, Steven?
We're
Three.
only at
Lollipo is
Yeah, we're in the battle
2100,
phase officially, but I
Snatchy
think
is
we're gonna do a total
2100,
around
50, no, it's not game.
6,000 damage, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough to go for game here.
21 directly.
It's not
Oh,
game.
21 with the lipo is a bit bigger.
It's
than I
about
thought.
7,000 something.
And then
I should be
with
at
the
700.
1500 boost on the Snatchy, that's
31, so it should be
2100.
73.
42, 56, 72, I think.
Should be at 2 because this hit you for 21. You were at 47.
This is where everybody who's good at math is
So, yeah, it's,
already
26.
typing
21,
out in
21,
chat. It's
15,
clear this.
16.
And
It's
I say
73.
Congratulations.
Another
Thank you for the
21.
information.
Oh, so 21, 21, 42 plus
15,
57
16.
plus 15 is
So
71.
So you just one more,
So, yeah,
21 would put you on 500.
500 left.
500.
So I had him at 800 if I off my guess. So
I
yeah,
haven't taken any other
This is-
damage, right?
This is This is 20. This is 21.
Yeah, 21, 21, 15.
Oh, I missed
42.
calculating this now.
Gamers, it's 73.
73.
73. 72, excuse me.
72.
Excuse me,
Yes.
excuse me.
How many casters does
You
it
should be
take
at
to
500.
come up
I'm
with?
pretty sure the first thing I said was
mathematics?
72.
I think it was,
I'm
and we
pretty
should have
sure.
trusted you, and this is a lesson.
It's
in
not
learning.
72.
Trust your instincts, young
Okay.
one.
I did-
But it's not enough
It's
to
31 plus
find
42.
the full push right now. Yugioh will get an answer, and if we're only at 3 summons, it begs the question, could Dalton have got a little more?
700, right?
It's tough to know.
It is 7? Okay.
Maybe not without playing into the no Nash Blossom.
I can't do math
Naturally.
either.
Everybody knows, so we
Stop
can't
the
read, you can't do
count.
math. That's
Oh,
the
he
teacher's
probably thought it
words,
was
not
enough.
mine.
Probably thought it was enough. But we could still make at least one more summon, maybe go for an IP play just to have.
Going
But I guess we already have
into
SP in play, so
Yeah.
not necessarily needed.
And even if we just pass here, we have a quick synchro on our opponent's turn.
Oh!
I like this.
You know
we
what
can
I've-
go
I'll pick
into
the
Giant
Mimighoul.
Mimighoul.
Again, any 2
Okay.
level 1s on
This is
summon,
on
you can search your deck for
Doesn't
any
Mimighoul have a way to
card.
do
This is
burn
the 4th
damage?
summon of the turn. Nibiru is still not able to activate, and this
See, it
can
was
get us
73.
to either like a Mimighoul Maker, a Mimighoul Dragon, a Mimighoul Dungeon, the field spell, which we haven't seen yet.
4, by the way.
But
Yeah,
and,
4
and,
summons.
and if we do Dungeon, get like Dragon, we just summon that to their field face down, and we say pass. No normal summon for you.
Yeah. Or hold it for next turn, because we can just normal it and then search for, something else.
But
Because correct
Aditya
me
still
if I'm
has
wrong,
that
but I believe
Nibiru.
Summoning Dragon to your opponent's field face down does not count as a summon.
No, it is a special summon
I believe
connected
it
by your
is, yeah.
opponent.
Ooh, that could be a risk then.
Because it is your activated
affect
effect in
summon to your
hand
field and
to
face down
special
defense.
summon it.
So I need to
Ooh,
take
he's
a-
going to do it.
Look at the text here.
But also,
At this point, we can protect the Snatchy plus the SP. Go ahead and lose the Giant Mimighoul, and then the
Giant
set
Mimighoul
monster doesn't
effect,
even go away.
Detach target field spell. It's going to, because you control a face down monster, it's going to destroy it and deal you 1,000 damage.
Okay,
wow, we
okay.
had
Right
one
in front of
chance
Okay.
to use
In-
the Nibiru,
in-
and Dalton found it.
In case you did not hear, detach one material from Giant Mimighoul, target a field spell. Because your opponent has a set card, deal 1,000 damage to your opponent.
It's one of those extra effects.
Wow.
Dungeon does a couple things. It also allows you to attack directly with non-exceeds Mimighouls, but the destruction
going out of there
effect
anyway.
with the burn on top of it is often overlooked, and it gets
That was
the win for Dalton.
way too dang.
Cool.
Wow.
We were like, why are we making Giant right here? Oh, getting a Dragon. That's pretty cool. Oh, it wins the game. Okay, cool.
don't snooze. There was a
So,
raucous set of applause.
Genuinely, we had to nip that on summon, right? Because is that a quick effect?
Incredible. I mean,
Or
nobody
like we
expected this. In
yeah.
any
Could we
timeline.
prevent
I know
that with
the world is
Nib?
weird, but Dalton, game 1 winner, round 8, Mimighoul and other cards, right? The Yummies.
It's not a
definitely
quick
did some work,
effect,
but
right?
the
So we
Mimighoul's
have
are
to
what
nib
closed
on
it
summon
out.
there.
We didn't even see the Solfachord part of the
Not
deck
even,
either,
yeah.
but that is also waiting in the wings. So
Realistically,
Dalton has
it
so
probably
many
doesn't make a
different
difference because
level 1
Dalton has
engines
another
that can
Ash
give
in
him
hand, and he can
these
save some of the
incredible
board with
push
SP Little
fates.
Knight, so he
And
probably
Aditya
wins the
has to
game no
respect
matter
that.
what.
Yeah, it almost makes you wonder too if
But yeah.
Aditya did not make that a bit of a stumble at the beginning in game 1 and misplay with the Mululu. How much farther could he have gone with his Draco Tail play? Probably not much because he didn't really have anything in the way of fusion summoning after that.
Yeah, it's tough to know because you still got some cards back, and
The
Dragon does
still, like,
not count for
outside
nip.
board.
It's a set
I mean,
summon.
you're throwing in the graveyard, which then
Just
maybe
making
come
shit up.
later. So I see
It does
an
count.
argument for why you would still do it, because then you also get the 2 sets. So I struggle to call it like a Malulu misplay, because otherwise you just lose Malulu. You don't
No,
get value.
no. It was just like a misfiring of the effect, really. Like you're still supposed
It
to summon
definitely
there no matter
counts.
what,
You
just, like,
perform
lose
a
your
summon
value
by
on the
summoning it to
bottom
your
of the
opponent's
bottom
side of the
level
field.
ones,
Absolutely.
And then maybe using your non-engine like Nib and stuff to be a bit more aggressive with it.
The bigger thing was showing the Nib. I mean, he didn't get any value off of it because the SP was able to dodge, and then
Right.
everything comes back. And
Right.
the Nibiru is then known information for the next turn. There's a chance there that Dalton just says, oh, I have a different line to get 8,000 damage to push before battle phase, and then Aditya can punish that with the Nibiru. But once Dalton knows, he made a very, very strategic call there, and a very gutsy one, because summoning that dragon, if then Aditya immediately uses Nibiru,
Just counting
you can
against
SP
your
to
I've got
dodge
18
2
inside.
of your
One,
monsters,
two,
but one of them's
three,
going. So
four,
either you have to
five,
lose like the
six,
giant
seven,
Mimighoul or the
which 9, 10,
Snatchy,
11, 12, 13.
and you're kind of putting all your eggs in the one basket at that point, but it paid off.
And there's also a world where DJ doesn't know that you can activate Nib there, because how often do you play against Mimighoul and you go, oh yeah, that's a summon for you.
True.
It's going on my field. Not
'Cause
the
I-
most intuitive thing to know about.
I did check the text of Nibiru, and it's specifically when your
Joe, can you say
opponent
again?
special summons 5 monsters.
Yes.
So your opponent special summoning a monster to your field would count
That's
on
still
that.
them
yeah.
doing it, yeah.
But here's what's interesting. Take all of the choice out of that last duel. Aditya still did have a very modest opening, right? He just had the Malulu. Its effect was negated, and so then nothing else happened. So Aditya's going to get another chance to go first here, and hard the cards be with him, because it's going to be a very different duel just just based on what he draws.
And that's what we've been seeing kind of all format, right? Like a lot of the big non-engine people are playing are the ones that force your opponent to make half boards. Facing down Molcharmi Fuulos, Adich's like, oh yeah, I'm not.
All right, well, we were able to win last game going second with Mimighoul. Let's see if we can maybe see some of the Solfachord cards now.
Dalton wanted, because now I'm like, I can get you with my Mimighouls.
And poetic that it was Mimighoul Maker, the catalyst for all of that to happen.
Oh,
yes,
beautiful.
it did get the 50-50 where you immediately kind of force out that dragon, but the other way it still feels good. So let's see if Aditya can bring it back here. Game number 2 of round 8 feature match.
All right. Okay. All right. Good luck.
Aditya, I think, proudly proclaims they're going first. We see the opening hand of Destiny. What's about to happen?
Nothing.
Nothing, apparently.
Interesting.
Nothing in draw phase, at least.
Oh, wow. It appears that we do have a bit of a smaller package of Branded in here. I think it's really just a few copies of Branded Fusion plus a...
Okay, Ash on Branded Fusion, classic.
Classic Branded Fusion.
One of the best feeling Ashes ever. Is like, oh, you're just going to lead with that? Well, how about we don't?
That's rough.
Well, how about I use Branded Fusion?
Uba, though. Ash, though.
Ash on the Molcharmi Fuulos.
All right.
We are gaming
Oh,
both.
that was almost a Master Duel game. Jesus.
Yugioh at its finest.
Yugioh.
It's been less than 30 seconds already. 5 cards have been hitting the play pile.
Aditya says, so now I got to think, you know?
I didn't think I'd make it this far.
Let's see what else he has in hand as well here.
This could be... I think you maybe want to go Arthalion and then just get back like a Lucaeus or something you feel like normal summoning. That makes the most sense to me.
It makes a lot of sense. You get a lot of value off of that Lucaeus.
All right, use Lucius and Serenir.
Bestial Saranir. That's a really awesome thing to send there. Got 2 effects going to be activated there.
Only no Draco Tail in hand is not ideal for Aditya. This is not that great.
Chainlink 1 Arthalion.
So it looks like Arthalion's going to be Chainlink 1. Curious to see what the Bestial Saranir is going to send.
It's not that good.
One of the common ones in a full branded deck, of course, would be Branded Retribution, but you might just thin your deck down.
Do we have a good target for Serenir is the question.
All of that resolves everything happening, so let's start, see what we set and send.
It's probably not too bad to send Albaz because you can probably summon it off of stuff like Secretariat.
We can send Magnamute and then start looping it with Arthalion at some point. I guess that might be the idea behind the Serenir. Because let me tell you, I've played against Draco Tail when they draw Magnamute in the past, and when they keep adding it back with
Ketu is good here.
Arthalion, it's kind of crazy. Alright, we're going Frixel. Frixel is nice here. Frixel is very good. Frixel onto Lucius is nice.
What's he gonna do?
Summons it back and then bounces a card. Bounces a monster.
Yeah.
Really cool use here.
So summon Lucius back, return itself to the hand. Easy way to get multiple Draco Tail names into rotation. So now we can go 5 mana and we have Draco Tail names to fuse with. The problem is if you use 5 mana here, you won't have a way to add it back right now because there's no Urgula in rotation. This is a nice line. The question is, do you use the 5 mana immediately because you want to set the trap cards? Probably.
Something like Urgula to maybe bring back that 5 mana.
No, okay. The answer is no, actually.
Yeah, I want you to say that.
We're holding the 5 mana in hand. We're skipping on the Draco Tail trap cards, instead holding up the 5 mana to fuse with. Interesting.
So we know that's not an interaction.
So Dalton drawing into the 4th card.
I think I like making the Gulamel and get 2 trap cards, but okay. Wait, no, it wouldn't be 2 trap cards because Lucius was active. It was just 1 trap. And there we go, Solfachord Primoa.
I believe unsummon this card will allow you to search for any Solfachord monster.
He's so confused.
Any Solfachord card. So you're going to go for mostly the Solfachord Happiness.
Right, and that'll get you the scales, I believe.
Yeah.
Solfachord Happiness is so good.
In the deck there as he works through everything. What an interesting set of monsters too, right? You've got musicians, dungeon masters, snack cakes.
If it's in scale.
So we're gonna add Solfachord Solfija from hand. This is gonna be.
So this is the one that you can special from hand if you control the Solfachord or no monsters, I believe.
9.
And in scale, it's Ryziel Cross.
There's a couple of different use cases. It can either be the negate and the pendulum scale, or
which sounds crazy because it is.
Summon it from your hand if you control all monsters you control are Solfachord monsters. So depending on what the game state is, depending on what you need, you can move things around here.
Looks like nothing on resolution here.
Yeah,
and
so
proceeding accordingly.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see kind of the Solfachord side of this engine. Last game we started with the Mimighouls. This game we're starting with the Solfachords. The way I see it is these are going to be extra extenders for your level 1s, as well as sort of a potential endboard piece to give you access to extra negates. But we're going to see the chaining of the effect to the Solfija with Fimina. We're going to go ahead and fuse this Arthalion and the Lucaeus, just monsters from board here. To go ahead and make Mysterion.
Wow, summoning a monster of the same type never felt so bad.
Ooh, wait, we can banish that now. Right? Does it banish one card or both?
Every deck list, but this is exactly what it's for. And it is good in the Yummy matchup in general, so it's just kind of funny that he happened to find an alternative use case for it right here.
You can target one of the banished monsters, banish that, also banish all monsters with the same type. It's going to banish both.
To go ahead and set.
It's going to banish both. That's nice.
I'm going to banish this and then all of them.
All fairies.
Just all fairies.
So it banishes the one monster, and then after that, it banishes all monsters of the same super type.
Okay, well, that's good. Do we have a way to extend without
when they're banished like that?
Our normal summon?
Now,
Any Mimighoul shenanigans? Anything?
So Dalton will need to have something else.
Thrust is a good one.
Thrust into Maker?
That could be Maker.
So,
but we have Ash in
we
hand.
do have the Ash Blossom in hand, remember?
We do.
For Aditya.
I feel like you have to at this point.
And you can't Ash Maker, correct? Because I believe it just says like reveal the two and then you do all the stuff.
But I believe it is all one effect.
You can Ash Maker.
Yes,
It's summoned.
You can Ash the Maker.
So maybe it's worth it for Aditya just to like let this thrust resolve and then be like, I'm just gonna thrust or Ash whatever you get anyway.
That's often the call, but if it's
the problem is holding your
like,
Ash here is risky because if I guess if Dalton already has a play, he could go balance, look at hand.
So this is a tough call for Aditya. I see a reason why this is threatening on its own, and there's an argument for yes, I should have hit this. There's also an argument for no, hold for whatever he searches for.
I'm just saying, I've had this instance come up a lot.
Like what else would the Ash Blossom go for anyway?
Because I thought there was the same ruling as well.
Oh, that's you
hearing them.
No, sorry, yeah.
Hearing the players discuss with each other, making sure that they understand rulings. They didn't catch what the ruling was that they're.
I think they're having a question about how the Mysterion was able to resolve, I suppose. About whether or not it would resolve because.
Wait, what was the problem with Mysterion?
When the monster being summoned, is it able to be? Does it see that the monster summons itself by its own effect?
Mysterion, the Dragon Crown.
Where it has to like see the monster summon itself by its own effect.
Interesting.
Which I believe it does because it's summoned Chainlink 2 and then Chainlink 1 is.
If a monster uses its activated effect to summon itself, or a monster with its same type, you can target one of those monsters, banish that monster.
Anywhere as long as the monster is being summoned by its own effect. It could be summoned from the graveyard. It doesn't really matter. To my understanding.
I think that works because it was summoned in a higher chain link. So the Mysterion is on the board, and then the summon happens.
Interesting. Well, we'll wait on what the judges are calling.
So
but back to the
I'm pretty sure that
thrust
works.
Argument here. Essentially, the crux of what I was getting at is that let's say you have something like a Lightning Storm or even a Raigeki. Let's go old school. Say we have a Raigeki. And you already have a Mimighoul Maker in hand. Well, now we can grab.
But Mysterion doesn't see the effect activation. Yeah, but it doesn't trigger off of an effect activation.
That maker, as opposed to the Maker. So
it doesn't say if a monster effect is activated that summons a monster with the same type. It says if a monster uses its activated effect to special summon itself.
Usually, players like to just go for whatever search, but again,
which I believe is what it sees because it's summoned as Chainlink 2 and then Chainlink 1 is that.
And the good thing to think about too is like, is there anything that like, let's say you did get a board breaker, then what are the other two cards in your hand?
But it is.
I'm like, okay, yeah, that resolves.
I'm not 100% certain on that ruling. I haven't encountered it before. I would think it works.
Speaking of our turn again, for a little update for you guys at home, it looks like we have an appeal of the ruling there, so we'll find out whether or not Mysterion could do what it did on the field or not. But we're just hanging out for a little bit until then.
Or if that was the ruling that's being disputed. I don't know what else it could be, but that's my.
That's our hypothesis, but we're waiting for confirmation. But I want to take this moment, as soon as we can, to just again
bask in the glow of
I will say it would be very unfortunate if it doesn't work, because then the Mysterion basically does nothing. And then I think you're just getting full comboed by the Solfachord cards.
I like where you're at.
That'd be a disaster.
It's a shame on me for even questioning it.
Does it say Mimighoul on the screen when it comes back?
If they rule it that way, it'd be a disaster for Aditya.
Exactly. Undefeated versus Draco Tail, and it's Aditya piloting it. So it is a big upward battle here for Dalton. Aditya, kind of a legend right now.
Oh, yeah.
Again, you know, 2 NEWCQ finals in a row. He won last year. He's been to Worlds twice. Like, this guy guy. He even went into last year's NAWCQ with the most points earned throughout the entire year. In fact, I believe he did it this year also. I'm trying to remember.
He doesn't rest on his own laurels. He just keeps working.
He just loves playing in YCS's regionals every time that he can compete in Yu-Gi-Oh! He does. Yeah.
It's nice to have, you know, a champion like that who really loves this game, right? He is not phoning it in by any stretch of the imagination.
No, he's a constant duelist through and through.
And he knew what Mimighoul Maker did. He didn't even have to read the cards.
That's right. That's right. He's like, you know what? You can go ahead and resolve that. I'll deal with it later.
I was like, I set everyone up. I said, let's look at it.
Have you seen the legendary Modern Decks announcement? I have seen it.
No reaction.
I'm pretty excited about it, except for the fact that I don't know what it means about Mitsurugi, because Mitsurugi getting a starter or a structure deck in 4 months is certainly raising some questions in terms of like how are they going to handle it on a ban list if they are still trying to sell a structure deck in 4 months.
Is there a TCG World Premier deck that's doing
That's what I'm wondering, because there's no way we can not hit Mitsu for 4 more months. That's not acceptable.
I think it was Mitsurugi. There we go.
They're going to have to do something about it.
We were missing one. Hey, don't put disrespect on Ash.
I don't disrespect.
I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way to make it work.
Vados is listening.
But I like that you bring that up because like there have been a lot of TCU World Premieres that have done very well recently. There were 2 RB decks, or there was one that was still undefeated, I believe, going into this next round with Sky Striker.
At the very least, X1.
Yeah. And
there are some cards, of course, that you can hit
that was doing very well as well.
that are not specifically Mitsurugi cards that would make specifically some of the hybrids weaker, like Herald of the Arclight, Zombie Vampire, Free Prep, I guess.
Yep, more of like a go second type of style for the deck, so those ones are fun, but it's also cool to see that like a lot of these TCG World Premieres, they bridge so well into all these other archetypes. Mimighouls with Yummies, Mitsurugis with Yummies.
I forgot one, by the way. We didn't talk about all the Tomb Keepers that are around, too.
True. That is a very good point. We saw that with K9s earlier today.
So we did get a confirmation that it is the ruling that we talked about. It is just about the Mysterion. Did it see the card effect activate in the hand, and therefore could it actually banish that and trigger its effect? So we'll find out soon from our head judges, but we're just yapping about Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is a good time.
I guess the only question would be like, does Mysterion need to see the activation or the summoning of the monster by the effect? Which one is required?
I am hearing that the players just said thank you, Judge. So I'm assuming that that means that we're close to a resolution. Hopefully we can get in soon. Nobody is happy when these longer plays or delays happen, but it's important because we need to make sure we're getting the rulings right, especially make sure that we're doing justice to both players when there is.
All right, gamers, we've been live for 10 hours, and we are in the second last round. I hope you're enjoying the watch-along so far.
Speaking of which, I think we're ready to go right back in the duel and find out the answer.
If you are enjoying the watch-along, if you're having a good time, then consider using a Prime sub on the channel if you have it available. It would mean a lot to me.
Yes. It's good.
All right, the banish worked, and we're ashing
I'm not
thrust.
gonna get it twisted. Those 2 cards in your hand better be good ones.
Yeah,
that's what Aditya's
does
saying.
not want to allow him to get into anything. And
no extension.
Follow-up, Aditya.
And I think Draco Tail gets the second game here.
Is the Ketu Draco Tail? So we have plenty
I
of
think that's what he had said, yeah.
But we also have the Phyrexial, which gives us plenty of value back by getting back the
Phyrexial for Lucius again.
And then getting another search here.
The resource loop of Phyrexial is kind of crazy, and Dalton is
so he concedes,
scooping it up here. Okay.
25 minutes on the clock. He's gonna go ahead and
once again, a very, very clutch Ash Blossom. That's the craziest part about Ash Blossom and Draco Tail. It's like, you negate that Fuva, sure, but then you're just adding it back to your hand with Arthalion, so you have it again and again and again and again.
This yummy Mimighoul Solfachord variant can do going first.
Right.
We've only seen it going second so far.
It's already been very impressive. It's sort of
Long Life, thank you for the Prime, appreciate that. Reckless, thank you for the 32 months. iStars, thank you for the 2 months with the Prime. And also She Macabre, thank you for the tier 1 sub, even going beyond the Prime. I appreciate that.
But it's wild to see the deck perform. Both of these decks perform at this level, obviously, and great duelists as well. But this is incredible to see Mimighoul's impact on this, and the fact that you've got all these different level 1 engines. We literally don't know how this duel is going to start. It could start as a Yummy duel. It could start as the Solfachord strategy. It could start
all right, now is the first time we're going to get to see the Mimighoul, Solfachord, Yummy go first.
So wild like that.
So I guess we'll see what they can cook.
Fun things in the side deck too, so we'll see how that pays
I guess we'll see what they can cook. Also, Sarah777, thank you for the Prime. Welcome back.
I've always said that I find Game 3s to be the the most interesting. It's when both players have the most information. They have, you know, more or less an idea of how this game is going to go for them because they know whether they're going first or second or not. And
Broken X Live with the first time Prime.
Like,
Thank you. Ooh, there's a Feather Storm. Yep. I was wondering when we're going to see that card for the first time. This might be the time for it.
No surprises here.
Featherstorm is a scary card.
Well, unless it's a Yummy surprise. That's a surprise.
True. And again,
I've heard people talk about it in Yummy. I mean, you can obviously make the Lyrilisk Link rank 1 exceed in Yummy, but I've also heard people talk about, I think there's a level 3 synchro as well. There's almost anything can make Featherstorm work somehow.
Now knowing that Dalton gets to go first, Aditya, is he on things like board breakers, or is he going to just try and play through with his traditional non-engine and the rest of what Draco Tail can do? Because Draco Tail already can do a lot going second. If you're able to get that 5 mana, and you're usually running a lot of monsters that can interact with your opponent on their turn, things like the Ghost Spells, things like the Ash Blossoms, all the Molcharmies, etc.
Weirdly, when you're going second, you want to make sure
Guys, it's okay. This is a process that we have to go through in order for them to see the cards that they need to ban. Right? We've gotten rid of a bunch of them. There is more out there. We know that. We knew that was going to happen eventually. So we need to see those cards at big tournaments. We need them to show up. That's how they can get banned. I guess that's what it takes. Apparently, we've learned that from YCS Anaheim. If these cards show up and kind of ruin the viewing experience for a tournament, then there's a chance they get banned. So
Yummy's special a lot from the hand anyway. So like you seeing one of the Molcharmies,
Genesis shows they already know. Oh, they do know, but it feels like someone somewhere, like some higher up somewhere who has something to say in this, needs to be convinced by them to actually by these cards actually showing up and ruining a tournament.
But if you're going first, you're not going to be able to try to push through their board and then
like it really feels like YCS Anaheim viewing experience was something that convinced someone somewhere.
We don't see gameplay like this every day.
We did see the Solfachord sort of strategy of the deck get really stymied by that Mysterion in Game 2 there, so Dalton wasn't able to kind of show off what it's capable of adding to the Yummy strategy, or the Mimighoul strategy for that matter.
It'll shut down the Mimighoul, or rather the Yummy and the Solfachord side much more than the Mimighoul, because the Mimighoul, one benefit is that they're all different types. There's dragons, there's fiends, there's fairies in there, so that can get going, but you can also just kind of wait for the Yummies to summon multiple beasts or the Solfachards to summon multiple fairies. So we'll see. Game number 3 of our round 8 feature match. It all comes down to this.
Good luck. Good luck.
We got Dalton, I think, proudly
right.
He's going first, and we get the opening hand of Destiny.
I see Solfachord cards, and I think I see Cult by the Grave. Is that Cult by the Grave?
I think this is going to feel a little
Might be
bit more
Thrust. I'm not
Solfachord.
sure. There's a trap card too. Could be Dominus Purge.
And we haven't seen the full Solfachord combo yet.
Normal summon Promoa effect to add.
So we saw this in a bit in Game 2. Promo is going to go ahead and search for any Solfachord card. I believe we already have Happiness in our hand, if I'm not mistaken, so this could get access to the Solfachia.
I think there is an Ash Blossom for a potential Fuva.
Yeah, actually leave it on play and then start link climbing with it if required.
Maybe it wasn't called by. Not sure.
So many starters, so many normal summons, so many great extenders in this deck, and Dalton already opening up one of the best normal summons in the deck.
Certainly what it's all about. Unfortunately, I don't see any Yummies or any Mimighouls here, so this has really become a Solfachord duel.
But those can probably easily bridge into either or, depending
Well,
on
Solfachord,
what kind of monster.
yeah, Solfachord bridges into Yummy, no problem.
Search 2 and special up to the number of monsters you control +1.
So we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Solfachord Happiness. In case you guys did not hear Dalton, you're going to discard a card, search for 2 Solfachord monsters with different scales, and then you
This
can
card's Dominus
special
Purge.
summon
That's a
as many
statement.
from your hand as possible,
That's
equal to the number of
scary.
monsters you control.
That's one of the best cards against Draco Tail because it negates Ketu. So if your opponent feels confident discarding a Dominus Purge, I'm scared.
Dominus Purge, it just reminded me that all the Mimighoul monsters are.
And I also don't know if I agree with it.
So they don't
For the record, I don't know if that's a card I would ever discard. I think if you, even if you have a super strong engine, I feel like I would rather discard one engine piece than that, but okay, we'll see.
I like that.
Yeah, so
Gives
Purge
you a
has
lot of
We'll
deck building
see.
options, yeah.
Can I read the QTF?
Yeah.
So we're just double checking here the effect of the Solfachord Yugioh.
What did you have 2? Well, if you have 2, it's a different story, but I'm pretty
So
sure
first off, the pendulum effect, pendulum
he doesn't.
summoned-
I
pendulum
saw
summons
1
other
trap
Solfachord
in the
pendulum
hand.
monsters can't be negated, but the monster effect. Oh, actually, we're actually getting some action here.
Ooh, so we activated the Charming Fool.
Oh, another one.
See, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Now you kept a whole bunch of engine in
so
hand.
remember
There
when I
was a
was saying that
second
these
Fuva,
hurt?
and you discarded
We're
Purge.
getting 1 activated.
And
The
that's
Ash
gonna
is
be
nice to check the
bad.
first, but will not check the second.
It's bad.
If
but
we
it's
had
not
a Purge in
worse.
hand, it would be easier to make a half board and pass, but we decided to keep all engine.
Deck or the extra deck because they're going to go to
Is
the
what
extra
I'm
deck.
is what I'm saying.
So we're going to activate the effect of Solfachia to go ahead and summon the
Effect on
Yugioh.
summon, It's going to search a Solfachord monster.
And now we're going to search for another Solfachord monster using the effect of Yugioh here. Are we just
Thrust can set another Purge.
I'm curious.
I
how
don't think
Dalton
Thrust
has a
is gonna
game
go
plan
for
this
Purge.
To just make a strong.
I'm not gonna
Solfachord
lie.
build,
I don't
maybe not
think
get them that close to a DJ at all.
we're setting
I mean,
Purge
there's
with that
probably a world where
card.
we only need to summon 1 more time from the extra deck, but what's that monster going to be?
Could be a Grand Solfachord. We do have 3 materials here.
That could be pretty cool. But sure, but like if you're Dalton, you're probably not priced into giving Aditya more than 1 or 2 draws at the most, because the more you give, the more potential
Anything on resolution?
engine he's going to draw, and the Dracotail engine is just so good at breaking boards.
We've seen both these duelists pass, make very conservative half boards, just end their turn before anything gets too hot and heavy. But
So here's the
like
thing, right?
he's
Yes,
thinking about
you
it.
can
Dalton never
thrust
played any
for
additional cards.
I mean, how
Featherstorm
scared is
Yeah.
Dalton of losing on the next
and then
turn?
make like a rank 1 exceed.
Activate thrust.
Oh, okay, so Thrust can
I know what's
search.
coming. Yep.
Oh,
But
Aditya
what
says, "I
if
know what's
there's a
coming. Let's
5 mana
see
to
what it
bounce your
is."
rank 1?
Steven Rodriguez
Or
just
something.
pointed something out earlier, and there it is.
Harpy's Feather Storm.
Yeah.
It's a pretty powerful link
Exceed
rank
monster,
1
yeah.
you
Rank
can
one,
make,
yep.
I think, with 2 level 1 monsters.
Ripple Bird is the common one for Mimighoul that allows you to change the battle position of an
You're good.
opponent's
I'll do
monster,
another quick
force
shuffle.
the activation of their Mimighoul effects, but also it will allow you to activate this Harpy's Feather Storm.
So now at this point, I don't necessarily think Dalton cares about playing to the Fuwa anymore. So now he can go for the full Solfachord combo, give as many draws as possible to Aditya, and then at the beginning of his turn just go, oh, if I have Ripple Bird,
No, there's no way you
It's
can
scary
commit into
because
this.
know
You
that he's
have
on
to give
Nibiru.
just 1
So
draw.
there's also an argument that you just go straight into Ripple Bird here. You have 2 level 1s on the field currently between the Primera and the Cutia. So that is then only giving them 4 summons. They can't get rid of the Ripple Bird.
We have to just pray
That's a
that the
safer
next
play.
card is
I
not
guess
5
the question
mana
is,
if
like,
they don't
if
have
you
it yet.
After being nibbed, do you still think you can make
I think
Ripple Bird?
Aditya is
That's
just
the only
checking
thing
all the
I think
Solfachord
would
cards to
be the
see if
question.
any of them have
But
locks on
if
it.
you risk them drawing to
You're
find
good.
Mina and stuff like that, that could be
Yeah.
a big risk. Maybe not worth it.
Yeah.
Anything here lock you into anything that...
We're all going to go for a link
Link
summon here.
summoning
Oh, yeah.
beyond the pendulum.
Ooh. We're going to get the
these
draw
go
here
to
off
the-
Fuwa.
Yeah, oh, you put them in the extra.
Yeah,
deck,
yeah,
right?
they're in the
Okay.
extra.
Yes, because
On
they are
summon
pendulum
effective beyond
monsters,
the
they go to the
pendulum.
extra
What is
I'll-
happening?
You're just going to pay 1,200 life points here.
That's
Or
gonna
What is
summon
happening?
pendulum.
Why are we committing into this
Any
Fuwa
pendulum monster.
against
A lot of good ones there.
Dracotail, the deck that plays
Dalton
Nibiru
decided to
and
push this a
5
little
mana?
bit further.
And important to note there,
The Grand Solfachord requires 2 Solfacords,
as he's
or
asking a
just one?
question here, I'll give him
Just
time to...
Just a pendulum monster.
So
just
he
a
left
pendulum
the
monster?
Solfachia on the field, I
I
believe.
mean, another monster and a pendulum monster.
Which is the level 2.
And you
So
can't
not going to be
activate
able to go
monster
into the Ripple Bird.
effects
So yeah, he is
until you pendulum
Until-
opting
yeah, until I
for
pendulum
a
summon
different
after that
line than I
summon.
anticipated.
Yeah, he's going to end on Ripple Bird, basically. He's going to
Yeah.
do everything and then just be like, oh, yeah, here's 2 level 1s, make Ripple Bird, your turn. But because he probably wants to get to Grand Solfachord before he does any of his Yumby cards. Otherwise, he's going to be locked out of Link 3s. But, oh, the
There's
Ash,
an
on
Ash
the
Blossom,
Beyond
yeah.
the Pendulum.
I think the Ash was
Still
drawn
holding 2 pendulum
off of
monsters
that
in his
Beyond because it
hand.
wasn't
He does
there
decide
yet
to
when
do
we
one
activated
more.
Thrust.
Ash is fine.
And he didn't? Oh, he
Scale
couldn't
Solfachord.
Ash. Oh, okay, okay.
Scale Promoa.
Oh!
So from
Pendulum.
his perspective, it is easier to try to.
I think that's
just give
scale
a few
0
more
and
cards,
scale 9. So we
rely
draw
on
another
that
card.
Featherstorm instead of trying
Yeah.
to do anything further. So it's just
Yeah.
gonna be draw 1.
It's just
Thinking
draw
on
1 because
triggers.
1 summon is happening from the extra deck. But it's of 2 monsters.
Promo effect and scale. Target itself, it's going to return it to my hand.
Yep, so the promoter is going to add itself back from the scale here. This will give us access to even more level 1s potentially if we can find a way to bring it back out. This does give us back the level 1s that we need to make Ripple Pro 2, so that's pretty
We're
interesting to
playing
see.
multiple
Link 3,
Solfegias.
could
That's
this be the
also
Grand
not
Solfachord?
standard, I
Yeah,
think.
it's about right to
likely,
me.
yeah.
Because if I recall
Yep.
correctly, there's a built-in spell and trap negation in this archetype because you control the Grand Solfachord, right?
Yes.
Yes,
I do
Grand
have trigger effects.
Solfachord, Coolia, and then we have an
That
effect
is
on
an Omni
Scythe.
negate?
What's your trigger?
my trigger is going to be Promoa. Since I link summoned a Solfachord Link monster, I can target a card in Graveyard face up extra, add it back to my hand. So I'll target the face up Solfachord Solfachord in my extra deck.
So the Promoa's going to go ahead and let him add back the Solfachord from his face up extra deck because he link summoned Yugioh.
I love what Dalton's doing. He's just being brave. He's not worried about the Fualos. He thinks that he's just
the Yugioh is an Omni Negate.
He's obviously at round 8 undefeated. This may be the right play.
That's the
and now
that can grant that.
Is checking about the second pendulum summon.
That's only if you activate that
He has
effect
not
of
activated that
happiness.
effect of happiness.
He used the other effect of happiness.
To Solfachord. Now, important to note, Solfachord does say when your opponent monster effect activates on the field and it resolves, if you control a Grand Solfachord monster, you can negate that effect and destroy this card. You can only use it once per turn. It's a hard once per turn for the name of the card. So even though we have 2, it still just negates that resolution, the effect of a monster that activates on the field.
Yeah, so there's probably a world where Dalton's kind of stuck here because I don't think there's a way for him to bridge.
No, we're just making Ripplebird now, right?
Sacrificing the potential Ripplebird play. Because he can go Giant right now.
This, theoretically, of course, if we weren't under Molcharmy, this would be yummy combo and everything.
Access to that Ripplebird that he so desperately needs to turn off Aditya's turn using the Harpy's Featherstorm.
He's going yummy?
Summon instead, though. Link Karibo on the field and adding another card to Aditya's hand. He carefully looks for it off camera.
Thinking.
Oh, he's thinking now. Could this be Nibiru?
It could be Famina,
importantly,
too.
because Solfachord is a pendulum, a 9 scale.
So
Yugioh allows him that when your opponent activates.
What was the point of Featherstorm if we're gonna? This is Draco Tail. It's got every hand trap under the sun.
Negate the activation. Then you can add a Solfachord Pendulum monster with an even scale from your deck to your face-up extra deck. So you get advantage, and it also protects against the Nibiru. So the more that I see this now, it actually is very safe, and I do like this play from Dalton because he does have a lot of plays to continue to do.
But something like Famina could be so scary here. Like, what do you do? Is Dalton just like let Famina resolve? You know what I mean?
You would have to negate it with the Grand Solfachord Yugioh, but then Nibiru would be active again. But that's requiring your opponent to have like a 2-card combo, but you are playing into the most
I mean, it's like against most decks, I guess this would be okay.
Cards, I think. That's right. We also go straight into the yummies now too.
But the problem is like it's not any normal deck. It's Draco Tail. So if they draw Nib plus Femena, it's just over.
We currently have the negate as protection, but we are fueling it.
One of them is not enough. If they have just Nib, you can negate it with Yugioh. If they have just Femena, you can negate it with Yugioh. Solfachord, I believe, is a monster effect on the field.
Again, Yugioh kind of helps.
Hold up, let me check that real quick though.
But still, like there was an opportunity.
Solfachord, Solfachord.
He's just able to keep
it negates the monster effect on the field when it resolves. Yes. So we cannot negate Femena or Nib with that.
Now it is worth noting, I believe the yummies can still summon themselves even if you have a Link 3 in play.
Yes, as long as you control a Link 1.
That effect is also hard once per turn, so I have no idea why we put 2 Solfachords in the scale.
Put that Ash Blossom back.
I guess we can summon one for Yugioh, is what the idea behind
many times today.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things about the Draco Tail deck, is that it's kind of the best Molcharmy deck in the entire game, because when you don't need them, you can just transmute them into the other cards that you are going to want.
Yep. And then they come back anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Special Cupsy.
So Cupsy hitting the field. I'm just stunned by how far this turn is going, considering all the Fualos, but it's worth it. I mean, it's working out.
And you can only use the 2 Molcharmy effects in a turn, so it's not like Purulea is going to come down or anything like that. No. So these summons from hand are fine.
Getting access to even more of our interactions in case the Harpy's Featherstorm isn't enough, or if we maybe fail to access it, or to give us the extension to play through something like a Nibiru.
I say Baldrake.
So we're going to try to do Baldrake instant. Okay.
Targeting the Beyond the Pendulum.
Targeting the Beyond the Pendulum here to go ahead.
All right, this is where it starts, and this is where it's awkward. You can't negate this. I mean, this doesn't really matter. You just let it happen.
Can't tag out and get more advantage here.
Well, worth noting that if, Aditya can find a way to summon another monster, this could threaten the Ripplebird.
Oh, wow, but there's a Druid's Worm to back it up.
Oh. Yeah, those are the monsters he might need.
And now we might have a problem.
Featherstorm, because that's the only thing I think Aditya's really worried about. It's like, I can play through everything else, but Harpy's Featherstorm, I cannot. I need my monster.
And importantly, Ripplebird says if it's in defense position,
now we have a problem.
All of your monsters are in defense position. They can't be destroyed by battle, but we have a Link monster, which is always going to be in attack position. So that protection effect of the Ripplebird won't be out there. You can force out that Harpy's Featherstorm here. Aditya is really making Dalton think now, as 2 Bestials will hit the field.
Makes it difficult even if you try to bring out that Ripplebird now. You can use the Baldrake.
Could we not dodge with Linkaribo?
That Link or Sea Summon. But then the Druid's Worm is sent to the graveyard and you can target something else. This is actually getting a little scary.
Oh yeah, we are playing through a lot of interactions here. So we're going to go ahead and draw another card here off of this Fu, and it's going to be the Ripple Bird. And like I said, we have the Ball Drake to banish this card. I believe that Harpy's Feather Duster is not allowed to be activated right now.
Do you have any triggers?
No triggers.
Lee happened to set it instead of keeping it in his hand.
Well, he could have added it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Deetra didn't have anything in play yet. He does now, but earlier he did not. So we're going to use the effect of Ball Drake here. Tribute, banish the Ripple Bird because it was XZ summoned.
I have nothing in chain to that.
Interesting, nothing in chain. That means during the resolution he's going to use the Grand Solfachord.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when it attempts to resolve, I'll use Solfachia to... I think it's
destroys itself and negates.
Yeah, negate the effect and then destroy this card.
Yep.
Okay. On resolution, effect of Druid Swarm, target the.
And we
this
still have the
targeted,
Coolia.
right? I'll target the Ripple Bird.
It can be targeted.
Yeah, I'll target the Ripple Bird.
Is that going to be it?
That'll send it to the graveyard.
All this drama over trying to bring this monster out, and here it goes to the graveyard?
Because if we Coolia here, then now Femina is a threat, Nibiru is a threat.
But
Aditya is making him be like, yeah, use your last interaction.
That sends it to grave.
Yes.
Maybe Dalton's just thinking to himself, do I have a way to bring this guy back? Because he was still properly summoned. We have a surprise in hand. We have 6 cards.
6 cards in hand, man. I guess you just
That's a
activate
lot. And
Coolia and
again,
hope they didn't draw Nib or
scary
Femina,
deck
but
to
it's
take
like
this type of
probably a
bounty
lost
against. It's
cause at
gonna
this
most likely
point.
3 Femina, maybe 3.
There's no way you can
Nibiru,
let them send the Ripple Bird here.
I gotta say, Aditya has just
You
been
have,
playing an
I mean, you
incredible
don't
game. I
have
know he's so
nothing,
excited
but
about everything
it's
Dalton's
pretty
doing. This
bad.
fresh,
Your
it's
board
new,
is
it's
pretty
interesting,
bad right
but to
now.
be bombarded with all these strange card effects.
On
Aditya's
resolution.
really keeping us cool.
Yeah, you get
On
cooked.
resolution,
Yeah,
it's
you
deleted.
get cooked.
On resolution, 1 card in hand.
1 card.
Do I know what it is?
You know surprise.
It's surprise.
Yep.
Okay.
Is it time for Femina or Nibiru? Did we give too many cards?
It is going to be Femina.
Oh, no.
And
That's the danger of giving your opponent that many cards.
Should he have just gone
Incredible.
into the Ripple Bird and passed?
I think Dalton will be asking himself that question for a while here. But, I mean, it's looking tough.
Oh my gosh, refusing 4 monsters.
How could this
I think I saw
happen?
3 Molcharmi.
How could the deck with basically every in-engine hand trap in the game?
Molcharmi, Ash, and Mululu on top of
Dude, oh my god, he just explodes now.
Not
Do you have any
good
yummies
for
in grave or no?
Dalton.
I was
He
fueled by all
just
the excitement, but I failed to
explodes.
see the obvious. Maybe
Jesus
play more conservative
Christ.
turn.
That's the thing about taking the Molcharmi challenge.
Why
Yes,
did you
have
push
ways
into
to
that
interact
Molcharmi?
with
Holy
the
shit.
Dracotail deck, but there are so many cards you're giving your opponent that they can use. You're hoping they're drawing into these other Molcharmis, like the Meowls, that they can't use
Channeling
anymore.
2,
You're hoping they're drawing into more
Pergola,
Dracotail.
channeling
That was
Not fighting
crazy.
Then I
But
believe
if you
that's
give
it.
them the interactions, Aditya is going to use them and ruin your
Rahu and
entire
Tattoo.
field.
I'll
Wow,
do
so all of
off
these
the-
effects, right, including adding back to the hand all of those cards that are Thelian targeted. This is devastating.
Urgala, get rid of Harpy's Feather
And then
Storm,
these all get,
Mululu.
these get bounced.
Imagine now we go
We're gonna
Feather
bounce
Storm,
these,
add Feather
Hudson
Duster.
Wave, the Ripple Bird, and the
Oh,
Coolia
and then
all back to the
I'm
extra
gonna
deck.
put my hand.
Because there are no yummies currently in Dalton's grave, he cannot chain the effect to tag
So sorry,
out
this
because
gets
there's nothing to
bounced. Yep.
summon.
Yep.
That's my fault.
And now the
The
yummy
Ripple
is,
Bird and
and now the
the-
yummy surprise in hand is worthless. Besides being able to summon back the ones that are
Incredible.
already in the grave who already used their effects.
He's got Solfachord on the field. You know, that's that's
cool.
something.
It's been permanently negated.
Yeah.
The bell.
So we're not out. Yeah, but there's
And
the
there's a bell for
handshake.
the
I
surprise.
gave you too many draws.
Yeah,
I should
yeah,
have
yeah.
just made the ripple and then.
Dalton
Feather
admitting
Storm.
it immediately.
Yes,
I
yes.
should have just made
That
the
would have been a
Ripple.
lot safer, yeah.
I was-
The second
I
I
was
saw
worried
the
that-
Druze and the Ball Drake in my hand, I was like, maybe I'm safe.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
I'm safe here. Yeah.
But considering
Okay,
that
well,
he is
I
now
guess the
X1
good
going into
news-
round 9, we'll definitely see him
I
tomorrow,
guess the
so
good
lesson
news
learned.
so
May
far
have a
is
little
that
YCS
the
champion.
majority of
Because
people
playing
who
as well as
used
he was
cringe
on that
floodgate
round,
turn
we're definitely
skips
going to see him
have
once
lost,
again in day 2.
which is cool. At the same time, maybe it's not good because we want those cards to be banned, so it'd be better if they just ruined these games.
Somebody who's been